Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is gonna be like a combination of a tutorial and a review. So I'm actually gonna do a tutorial on the Sivanna Colors Nude on Nude eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like, the packaging. It's just a plain like brown plastic box, and you get I think about 20 shades in here. And there's some nice neutrals, and you have a few like colors down here. Sorry, on this side. And yeah, I'm just gonna get to that in a minute. I actually want to do a review on this Lakme Absolute Illuminating foundation. So I started off with the intention of just doing a tutorial today, but when I used this on my face, I thought, you know, maybe I should combine the video and do a tutorial and a review. So I picked up the illuminating foundation last year, I think, or sometime earlier this year, and it's in the shade it's priced at 750 bucks, and it's in the shade Honey Beam. Now I like the packaging a lot. I love how they've given you like this sort of transparent bottle, but you know, the container is actually encased inside. If you can see, this black thing is actually where the product lies, and then you have the cap and you have a pump bottle, which is great. Now the only thing I don't like is that this kind of makes me feel like, okay, you know, the bottle looks so big, but it's actually not that big. When you look at how much product you're getting inside, it's really quite little. And apart from that, I think, okay, I'm kind of forgetting what I want to say here, but I like the packaging, but I don't like the fact that it kind of is like an illusion. You know, you think, oh my god, I'm going to get that much, but when you look closely, you're not getting that much product. The second thing is that I'm wearing this foundation on my face right now, and I think this is something that's going to work for women who have really good like skin texture. It is very illuminating. It's a bit like, not very sticky, but a bit sticky, so I don't know, you don't really have to set it with a powder or anything like that. And it's definitely not a full coverage foundation. I wouldn't even say it's medium. To me, it goes on kind of sheer. I'm only wearing 2 layers right now, and I can still see a lot of my like pigmentation and marks and stuff. And I think that instead of them saying that this is a foundation, they should actually market it as an illuminating base, like something you use before you put a foundation on, because I think this works well that way. It is very brightening and kind of dewy and stuff. I do feel like it's a bit grey on my face. I don't know how it's coming across on camera right now, but I was very disappointed with the amount of like the number of shades available in this range of foundation. Like, I think it's so unfair because there was hardly anything for women who are, you know, who have a deeper skin tone than me. And that's just something I think, I don't know, I feel that's really inconsiderate, and it's a bit rude. It's almost like the company saying like, oh yeah, we're only going to sell it to women who are like fair and, you know, kind of almost medium, but nothing, they're not going to make anything for the rest of the women out there. And I think that's really not happening at all. So if you're marketing this Lakme, if you're marketing this as a foundation, then you better have a great range of shades for all women, and that's something I really think you'll need to do. If you're marketing this as an illuminating base, which then you better get your wording right on the package, then it makes sense, because then, you know, an illuminating base is just an illuminating base. It doesn't matter what color it is or whatever. So that's one thing I really had a problem with. Apart from that, I really like it. I think it looks nice on the skin. It's kind of lightweight and not very heavy. That's what I feel as well. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this really quickly and share this with you guys. If any of you have used this before, leave some comments below and tell me what you guys think. And I'm gonna use this today with my Maybelline Fit Me Poreless foundation. I'm now gonna use the foundation on top of this, you know, just to see how it works and stuff. But yeah, that's my little review on this particular product. So now I'm gonna get started with the tutorial. I'm just gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade what is this, 230 natural buff. I'm just pouring some on the, I have like a little foundation glass pan on the side here, so I'm just gonna take some of that on my beauty blender and gonna go straight in. So normally, you know, it's always good to do your eyes first, like do your eyeshadow first and then do your base. So because in case there's any fallout or stuff from the eyeshadow, you can always clean up. But I've kind of gone the other way around today. That's only because I wanted to show you guys the Lakme Illuminating base, and I thought this would be a good day to show you guys. Okay, so now that's done, I'm actually going to use my Instant Age Rewind, what is this, dark circle eraser. I'm just going to pat some of that under the eye. This is a very, very brightening concealer, so I like to use it with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer that you get. So I'm going to use this underneath and then use the Fit Me concealer on top. This particular corrector or concealer by Maybelline, it kind of gets, it dries down kind of fast, so you have to learn to work fast with it. But it's really nice if you just want to brighten up your you know, your makeup look and your face and stuff. It's really nice. Now I know the face is looking very like ghostly right now, but don't worry, it's gonna all settle down. We're going to use some setting powders and we're going to use bronzers and things like that to just even out the skin. This is just the base. I'm gonna take the Fit Me concealer now. It's in the shade 25 medium, and I'm just gonna go over that because I don't want my under eye to look too crazy. Okay, so now the next thing I'm gonna do is, I love using my my PAC makeup prime and setting spray, and I'm just gonna spray that onto my sponge and saturate the sponge. Oops, that was stupid. Just saturate the sponge with the setting spray. Now I love doing this because I find that when I use the sponge, a damp sponge, to set my base, and I use it with a fixing spray, I think my makeup lasts really, really long because of that. Okay, so I'm just taking my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the shade Warm something. I don't want to say what it's called, it's spelled really weird. I'll just leave it in the description below. So I'm just taking that at the back of the sponge. I'm literally dabbing my damp blender into the sponge, into the powder, I mean, and I'm gonna be patting that onto the full face. I really feel this makes the foundation last very, very long. So I actually used this technique for my cousin during her wedding, and her makeup, like, I didn't have to touch her up at all. I didn't have to touch her makeup even after like some 6-7 hours with the dancing and everything. Her face was so like intact and it all stayed on really well. I also forgot to say that I already did my eyebrows earlier, but I might have to go back in. I'm great now. It's gonna rain, so the sun has gone down and the lighting looks really weird. Oh, it's such a problem trying to film during the monsoon because of this. Okay, so my base is done for now, and we're gonna get started on the eyes. So I'm just gonna take man, I'm not prepared at all. Just give me a minute. So I know I'm supposed to use the Sivanna Colors palette, but it doesn't have any matte shades, and I never do an only shimmer look on my eyes or something like that, because for me it's important that I have like a mix of textures. So I always use mattes and shimmer. I use a combination of the two. And yeah, I'm just taking out this hard candy matte eyeshadow palette that I have. I'm just going to show you guys. This is what it looks like. It's an all matte eyeshadow palette, which is great. I really like using these as a base for any of my eyeshadow looks. I'm just taking this this pale shade right here, and I'm just gonna go in with that on my eyes, setting my entire lid with this lovely matte shade. And that's just gonna help, you know, the blending process of any of the eyeshadow work you do. It's just gonna make everything really smooth. So guys, I'm really sorry that the lighting has like changed all of a sudden, but it's like the monsoon, and I really like I usually film with like a ring light, and I just use the natural light that's coming through the windows, but now it's just the ring light, so it's looking a bit dull, but bear with me. I'm gonna start off with the Sivanna palette. Hey, sorry, there's only one matte eyeshadow, which is like this really cool tone like taupe sort of brown shade. So I'm just gonna take that, and I'm gonna use the same brush that I just used, which is, by the way, a pack 013 brush. This is a lovely you know, blending brush for the eyes. Taking some of that color and going in on the crease. I think the only thing is that this palette is really cool toned. There's like not, except for one gold shade in here maybe, and one of the peach tones, the rest of the shades in here are really cool toned. So that's something you need to keep in mind. But if you're doing a very neutral look, then this is like a good palette to actually have around. So it blends really well. I didn't have to do much. Also, pack brushes are just fantastic. I rave about them all the time. They're so good. Just go in with this interesting sort of peach you know, duochrome shade that they have here. I'm gonna take that on my brush, tap it in there, and just pat it on the eyelid. Okay, so it's not looking very pigmented right now, so we're gonna do something. We're gonna wet the brush first and then apply the eyeshadow. Oops, dropping stuff as usual. Taking some of that peach color on the brush, and gonna be, so you can see immediately how pigmented now that is. Actually, this is weird because I was swatching this palette yesterday without any like wet brush. I mean, I did use a wet brush, right? Did I? I used a wet brush and it went on really well. It wasn't so patchy, but it's cool. It's nice actually. I like this color. And the sun is out again. Yay! I'm just gonna take a bit of this gold on the pack 311 brush. I'm gonna just tap that on the outer corner. So when I literally just dabbed my finger lightly into that, and that's how pigmented it is. But I don't think these go on very well like with brushes and stuff. You have to really be patient and keep building the eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna take that peach shade again, and I'm gonna try and make it look less patchy on the eye. This is the Color Essence mascara. It's really good. Like, this wand is excellent because it's got this nice tip at the end, which you can really get like the outer lashes and coated properly. Now I am going to bronze my face. I am going to bronze my face with the NYX All Over Sun-Kissed bronzer, which is ginormous. Okay, so I'm just taking this Morphe E51 brush. It's really big and has a bit of an angle. Just dabbing that into the bronzer, tapping off the excess, and just patting that on the face. This is a really nice brush. It's got that nice angle, so you can kind of tap everything underneath like that. So if your foundation's a bit light, don't worry. If you have a bronzer, it's the best way to fix, you know, your face from looking too like white or like a ghost. And what I love about makeup is sometimes when you're doing a look and it looks really crazy, like right now, by the time you get done, it's really going to look nice. So sometimes that happens a lot to me, and I'm doing a look, I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? I'm looking crazy. But once I'm done, it actually turns out pretty okay. And that's the thing, like with makeup, you know, you once you're done, you kind of see the final result and you don't really have to panic. It all works out in the end. So you just have to be patient and not panic when you think, oh shit, everything's going to hell. And so I'm also taking the bronzer down underneath. I'm just gonna go in with another bronzer, which is the L'Oreal Mineral Pearl Bronzing Beads. So this is what it looks like, the bronzing beads. I'm going to take the PAC 001 brush. It looks like this. This is gonna warm the face even more because the other bronzer is not like very warm. Another thing I like doing is like whatever bronzer and blush I use, I always take it into like the outer corner of the eye because that actually makes the look very like seamless, and that's just something I enjoy doing. You don't have to do the exact same thing. If you're somebody who wants like a nice, what's the word for it, like a chiseled sort of, you know, the cut thing, so you just take a damp beauty blender, dab it into your powder and just wipe it down the sides like that. Just kind of cut the contour and like use a lot of it. So once you actually brush this off, it's gonna look very chiseled and really nice. Now this is a very heavy look. Okay, this is not something you do every day, so don't freak out. Now you go in with your blush. I'm just taking the same bronzing brush and I'm dipping it into this. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. So this is the Miss Claire blusher in the shade 22, and this is like the dupe for the NYX blushes, and they are like really cheap. I think they're like 130 bucks. Just gonna pat that. Ooh, that's actually pigmented. So don't worry. What I like to do now is pack it, like really pack it on. Take it slightly up into the temple, and then I am going to settle this with my sponge. Now I'm patting that bake that we did. A damp beauty blender is your lifesaver when you're doing makeup, because no matter how cakey or how heavy your look is, it always makes everything look so seamless. And it takes away, like if you put too much powder and stuff, it just takes away a lot of the excess. Just going to do my under eyes now. I'm going to take that same blending brush and I'm going to take one of the brown shades that we used. Just lightly, go lightly underneath the eye. Now I'm going to take another flat brush and I'm going to use this for the inner corner of the eye. Just going to take this highlighter shade here, this light shade here, and I haven't wet the brush. Just going to pat that on the inner corners. So highlighting the inner corner just opens up your eyes a lot and just brightens the look. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my most favorite highlighter palette in the world, which is the PAC Cosmetics highlighter palette. This is what it looks like. I use this all the time and it's so good. I'm gonna take a mix of this shade and the gold shade here. Just gonna use a fan brush like this. I am going to do the lips. I am taking my very favorite Unique Style lip pencil in the shade Tea Rose. I'm just gonna do a little swatch for you guys to see the shade at the back of my hand. This is the shade. It's really pretty. I love it. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip color. It does not say what the lip color is, but it's this like nude gloss. I'm just gonna put that on the center. This is the final look after all that craziness and confusion and the lights changing constantly. I just want to show you guys this is how it turned out. So you shouldn't panic, because in the end everything works out for the best in makeup and in life. So just wanted to show you. My eyeliner hasn't come out too well today. Using a felt tip liner was not a good idea, so I'm gonna fix that a little later. I'd say use a gel, because a gel is much smoother to use, especially when you've used a powder based eyeshadow. And the light is changing again. Oh my god, today is a crazy day. But thank you for watching, and thank you for being so encouraging. I love doing this stuff for you guys. So if there's anything that you want to see in particular, just let me know in the comments below. Please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Ciao.